Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Get Your Duas Accepted, Islamic guide to getting everything you want from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today's lecture is the last lecture of the series, which is persisting in duas, and we should persist in dua or we should not persist in dua. We will try to answer that question, and there will be some final remarks from my side as well. Okay, we will discuss the final remarks. Maybe it's better for you when your duas are not accepted. Maybe it's better for you. We try to understand that concept as well. So let's understand the concept. I want you to think alongside with me. First of all, do you know that Allah loves us more than our parents? Allah loves us 70 times more than our parents. Okay, keep that in mind that Allah loves us more than our parents. Now, consider this incident. If a 3-year-old child asks his mother for a knife, will his mother give the knife to the child? Okay, answer it. Think on yourself. The answer is obviously no. His mother should not give the child because the child does not know whether the knife is good for him or the knife is bad for him. Because his mother knows better than the child, so his mother should not give knife to the child. Okay, clear up till now? Now, what if the child persists on having a knife? Should her mother give it to him? The answer again is no. Even if he's persisting, the mother should not give him because mother knows that this is not good for him. Now, come towards the concept of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us 70 times more than our mother, and he's more knowledgeable than our mother. He knows everything and anything that can happen to us because of that incident that we want. Okay, it can be the worst situation for us because and we don't know, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. I want to clear a point here that it does not mean that you should not persist in your du'as. It does not mean that you should not persist in your du'as and you should not ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala too much. There is no too much for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a person who persists in their du'as. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that person who is persisting in his du'as and who's always asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something and is persisting in a thing that he wants. He's saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I want this, I just want this, I need this, just give it to me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that person. So just trying to understand both of the concepts. Again, as I said, this does not mean we should not persist on making dua. We should persist on making dua for something we want. Allah loves his persisting servants. Also, we should not give up on his mercy. We should never give up on his mercy, and we should always persist on making dua. And we should also believe that he will answer our duas in the best way possible. Okay, we should not assume bad of him. Rather, we should assume good of him, and we should assume that he will give us the best that we can have. So let us do an exercise. I want you to remember an incident from your life that you considered at that time that it was not good for you, but now you remember and it turned out to be good for you, and you remember and you say, oh God, that was for me, that was a good incident for me, but I considered that incident a bad incident. Okay, stop this video and think about those incidents, because we all have these type of incident when we thought that this is maybe the end of the life, this is not good for me, this decision, this turn of life that I'm getting, this is not good for me, but in fact that turned out good for you after many years, after some time. And this shows us that how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows better than us, and he knows whether this decision is good for us, whether this decision is bad for us. We discussed the times of accepted dua, that how can we make sure that our dua is accepted. We discussed the causes of rejection of dua, so we can make sure that our dua is accepted. But in the end, after doing all of that, I'm not saying that you should not do that. You should all try to take all of those times of accepted dua, and you should also make a dua in those times, and you should all avoid the causes of rejection of dua. That is most important for us. But if by some means, after doing all of these, after waking up for tahajjud as well, if your dua is not accepted, then you should know that Allah knows better for you and you are asking for something bad. But you should persist on it, and eventually you will have the reward, inshallah ta'ala. We should believe that whenever we ask him for something, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something, either he will give us the exact thing that we wanted, either he will give us something better. But remember that he will never give us something which is lesser than that. He will always give us the same or better than that. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we should appreciate. This is it. We did a course together. We tried to understand the concept of dua. We tried to have the understanding of the times of accepted dua. We tried to understand the things that causes the rejection of dua and try to avoid that. And throughout this series, you helped me a lot. And thank you very much. I hope you like this series. And we will meet, inshallah, in another series. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Do remember me in your prayers and in your du'as. If you learned something from this course, inshallah you benefited, and remember me in your du'as and it will be helpful, inshallah ta'ala.